In Parshas VaYigash, the Torah recounts a most dramatic and emotional meeting between father and son. The estrangement of 22 years is about to end. Yaakov Avinu is about to see his son Yosef Atzadik, the son who he was told was dead, the son who he was told died a violent death at the hand of an animal ripped to shreds. And now he's led to believe that he's alive. He's in Egypt, and he's the viceroy of Egypt, the second most powerful man in the world. Yosef Atzadik comes down to Goshen to meet his father. And the Torah recounts the reaction in one pasuk. The Chumash tells us that Yosef Atzadik fell upon his father's neck and he cried, and he cried, and he cried. Tears of joy. And what did Yaakov do? The Chumash says nothing. Chazal tell us that at that moment, Yaakov was saying Kriya Shema. He was being Makabel Melch Shemayim. And the obvious question is, why couldn't have Yaakov said Kriya Shema 5 minutes earlier or 5 minutes later? And if this is the time to say Kriya Shema, this is the Zman, what about Yosef? Yosef's also from the Yid. He also needs to say Shema. Says the Maharal, this is not the mitzvah of Kriya Shema that we say Pamayim B'chol Yom Tomid. This is not the Kriya Shema we say every morning and every night. This was a different Kriya Shema. This was a Kriya Shema born of an experience. The experience of joy, the experience of feeling Hashem's love, the experience of feeling the closest to Hashem. The Yaakov Avinu wanted to capture that moment and bring himself even closer to Ribbon Shalom. He wanted to take that dveikus and that chibur and make it even more intense and more long-lasting inside of him. And that's why Yaakov was saying Shema, not Yosef. Because as excited as Yosef was to see his father, it can't compare what Yaakov's excitement and joy was to see his son. Anybody who has children knows that the love of a parent has for a child is different than the love of a child for a parent. That's the Kriya Shema of Yaakov. But there's more to it. Because we see that the joy in the Yeshua that Yaakov Avinu was experiencing was not just a function of this moment of seeing his son, but was a function of all the pain for the last 22 years. All the days and nights and weeks and months and years that he longed for his son, that he thought about his son being dead, and he could never resolve it. They lost Ruach HaKodesh. This was all inside of that Kriya Shema. The pain that he experienced was inside the moment of Yeshua that he was now being Zoiche to have. Says Rav Hutner that when we talk about tears of joy, what are those tears of joy? The tears of joy are really the tears that lay inside of our heart from the pain of the tzor of the past. And that moment of Yeshua, of Hatzolah, has the capacity to transform those tears into Gashmi Bracha, into tears of joy. It's the same tears, but they've been transformed by the moment of Yeshua. This is not limited to Yaakov Avinu. This is an opportunity for all of us. We all have moments of Yeshua in our life, and many of those moments of Yeshua are preceded by moments of pain, of tsar, of yogain, of anguish. We need to understand that moment is a moment more than just an opportunity for Akaras HaTov. It's an opportunity for Dveikus and Hashem. It's an opportunity to take all the pain and realize that Hashkocha, that Kodesh Baruch Hu has flipped things around. He's transformed that moment. He's made a reversal. And as the Ramban tells us, that from the Nisim Gluyim, we understand the Nisim Nistorim. That from the miracles which are revealed, we understand the miracles which are hidden. It could be that we can say the same thing by Yeshua's. It's not only the big moments of Yeshua, not only the big moments of salvation, even the smaller moments. And in those moments which are part of the Hashgacha of our life, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is not only giving us the gift of the Yeshua itself, he's giving us the gift to be able to connect to him even deeper and more profoundly than we could before.